All right. Is everybody on our Google Meet? Is there anybody else that we're waiting on in the classroom? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start since it's 9 o'clock pretty much. So we are not going to do our high frequency words and our spelling words. What we're going to be doing is our sounds, our power words, and our story. That way it's short and simple, and then that way you have plenty of time to do your seesaw activity before your specials at 9:45, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and start. So can everybody see our farm picture?
Miss
Yes.
why do we have specials at 9:45?
Okay, sweetie, we discussed it already that because of the STAR practice test for the upper grade levels, we are not allowed to go to PE or music or library. So I believe we are going to art only today, just because, and we may go to STEM and computer, and that's it. We are only staying in our hallway in second grade because we'll do one per day. So I think today we are doing art because we usually go to art on Tuesdays. So that's the one we're going to go to.
Going to STEM, then computer.
And computer. So we will go to art today only. And then we'll see if they rotate, but I don't think they're going to rotate. Okay. All right, guys, we got to hold our questions so that we can get started, okay? Because we only have 45 minutes.
I can't see.
Okay, so Mackenzie, what you might have to do is sit with a neighbor, okay? All right, so what's going to happen is we are doing our story, so you need to get your umbrella book out. You need this book. And we're going to page 176. So you'll go to this story right here. So you need that book out if you don't have it with you. So you need your umbrella book out. Page 176.
Well, is it the one with the dog?
It's the one with the dog and then the umbrella.
I left that one at home.
That's okay. So you'll look at it on your iPad screen or the big screen, okay? Or you can share with a neighbor. All right, so while y'all are getting that out, it is page 176. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you can see it. I mean, if you have it opened up, 176. Yep, that's it. And it's a picture of the rain, snow, clouds, and the sun all together in one picture. Yep, that's it. Whatever the weather. It is a collection of poems, so we are doing poems today. Some of them are going to be absolutely different with no rhyming, and that's called abstract poems. But then there are some rhyming ones that we'll be talking about. Yep, that's it, Clinton. Good job. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you have the page open. That's going to tell me that you silently are ready to go. All right. So right here on our screen, we're going to listen to the AR. So let's go ahead and listen to our sound AR.
Farm. Listen to the middle sounds. Farm has a vowel plus R in the middle. Listen again. Farm. R. The letters AR stand for R in words. Together, let's say the sounds and then name the letters. R. A-R, R, A-R. What do you hear in the middle of farm? R. What letters stand for R? A-R.
Okay, so it says here, remember the letters R together stand for a new vowel sound that is neither long or short. It says they stand for the R control vowel. So everybody say this with me. R. And A-R make up R.
Miss Flemington.
Yes, it's Bella Wickington. Babe, why don't we go ahead and hold our questions, sweetie, okay, until the end of our lesson. So that way, because we only have 40 minutes, babe, okay?
I can't see it. I could hear it, but I can't see it.
Okay, so you're going to look at the screen for me, okay, sweetie? Since you can hear it, you can look at the big screen, okay? All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and stop presenting this one, and we're going to go straight into our, so we're still working with AR. Okay, so but we're also talking about blending syllables together. So we're doing blending. So it says right here, make sure you're on mute, guys. We are moving pretty quickly today. All right, go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you can see this. It looks like a notebook paper. Okay. All right, so right here we are doing R controlled vowel AR. So right here it says the letters S and T form a consonant blend. Everybody go ahead and give me that consonant blend. What does that sound like, the S and the T really, really fast if we say it? St, right? So you hear the S and the T sound close together, right? So I will blend those sounds closely together. St. So I see that the letters AR are together, right? So I will use the R control vowel sound. What does AR sound like again? R. Good job. So if Miss Fullington puts these two together, let's go ahead and blend the word. So what is this word? If we put them together, the consonant blend and the R control vowel sound, what is that word together? Star. Right? So we'll blend that word together. So we're going to do the next one. You ready? All right. I have AR. So what does that sound?
R.
R. And then I have the CH sound. What is the CH sound? That is a digraph, right? So if we put those two together, what do they make?
Arch.
Arch. All right. So here's the last one. This one's pretty easy. All right, we have the J over here. What does the J sound?
J.
And if we have the AR sound, the bossy R sound, what does that sound? R. So if we put these two together, what does it make? Jar. Good job, guys. I got to separate it for the second class. So we know that AR has a bossy R sound, R. And when we blend them together with like consonant blends, if we put them together, it's or ch, right? Good job. All right, so we're going to keep moving on. Go ahead and put yourselves on mute, guys. All right, so we are going straight into our power words. Oops. So our first word, everybody say splatter.
Splatter.
So splatter is a verb, and it says when things splatter, drops fall out of them. It says the paint splatter was all over the walls and floor. It was a splatter. Guys, make sure you're on mute because it's picking up your echoing, and I'm recording. So make sure you check your microphone. Check your microphone. So Leah, check your microphone, babe. I think it's... There you go. You got it. Okay. Sometimes we forget. That's okay. All right. The next one is rumble. Everybody say rumble. So rumble is a noun. A rumble is a long booming sound. It says you can hear the rumble of the horses as they ran across the plains. How many of y'all have heard with your hand? How many of you have heard of horses running? Yeah, so horses running is a booming sound when there's a cluster of them. But then it also gives you the example of, I hear a rumble of thunder during a storm. How many of y'all have heard of a rumble in a storm? I know I have. Yeah. So let's go to the next one. Excuse me. Everybody say slather. So slather is a verb. If you slather something, you put it a lot of it all over something. It says, my mom will slather sunscreen on my face on a hot day to protect my skin. And then sometimes we slather glue when we have like projects or activities. We slather glue on paper so it can stick to the other paper, right? To other objects. All right, everybody say glide. So glide is a verb. Things that glide move smoothly and easily. It says, I watched the kite glide through the air. And sometimes when we see on the Olympics, we see ice skaters glide on the ice, right? It's very pretty and very smooth. All right, here's the next one. Everybody say covers. So covers is a verb. Something that covers something else goes over it. It says, my mom covers the food in a jar before putting it away. This is covers. All right, the next one is, oh, everybody say creep. This is very scary picture because I wouldn't want to be in front of this cheetah or this jaguar. It's a cheetah. So creep means a verb. When things creep, they move quietly and slowly. I saw a leopard creep through the brush. Or sometimes we see a cat creep through the grass, right? So that means they are slowly sneaking up to you and they may attack you because they may be playing. All right, here's another one. Ooh, everybody say slithering. So slithering, you can tell, oh, I see Emery already doing the action, slithering. Yep. Slithering is a verb. If something is slithering by, it is sliding past. So everybody do the action of slithering. So it's sliding past, right? So it says, the small snake was slithering through the garden. It says a snake moves by slithering on its belly. I wouldn't want to be by that snake. Miss Boynton doesn't like snakes. All right, here's our last one. This is my favorite.
Mom.
So here's shimmering. So shimmering is a verb. Something that is shimmering is shiny. It says the glitter was shimmering in my hands. And then sometimes it says with the water on the sunlight is shimmering on the water because it's like very shiny. Yeah. Good job.
Miss Fullington?
Yes.
I got this silver glitter she has in her hand. I got some of that on my birthday. On Christmas.
All right, so I think Isabella Bright was trying to say something. Isabella Bright, did you want to say something?
That's like my shirt.
Oh, yeah, look at her shirt. Yeah, that's a perfect example. It is shimmering. Good job. I like that connection. All right, so this is our power words. I know we're moving quickly, guys, but I want to make sure you have enough time to do your work. And so I'm sorry for the speedy, quick lesson. So we are going to go ahead and go to our book. So if you have your book open, slide it in front of you. Because we are going to our, or actually, yes, we're going to our book. So slide it in front of you, but we're going to share our poster. And while you have that ready to go, you may want a tracking device like a finger, pencil, eraser, while Mrs. Fullington is sharing this poster. So in this poster, it says ask and answer questions. So it says, when shall I ask and answer questions? Well, you can do it before reading, during reading, and after reading. But why is it important? It's important to get information, maybe to help you understand the text, to practice being awake, because sometimes when you read something, you get sleepy. If you're practicing and tracking while you're reading, this is going to help you practice being awake and thinking while you're reading. Also, it means to be curious and wonder as you read, because sometimes you have those questions. I wonder if, and so this is something that you're always asking and answering questions. It says, how do you ask those questions? Well, you're going to use the 4 W's and the 5 questions. So who, what, when, where, and why, and how. Right? So it says, look around the text and pictures for evidence or details to help you answer. So a question might be, why do you think this happened? Or how did this author come up with these rhyming words? Because we're looking at poems a lot. And so we're going to be always asking our questions. Or why is this poem not rhyming, but this poem over here is rhyming? So we're going to come up to a really crazy poem that does not rhyme at all, but it's considered a poem. And it's called an abstract poem, and we'll talk about that a little bit. All right, so does everybody have their book open in front of them? All right, does everybody have a tracking device?
Miss Wellington?
Yes.
If you take writing away from prom, and you take the T away from prom, prom, yeah, and you take the R away too, you have prom.
Yeah, good job. All right, so we're going to keep going, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and hop to our book. Let me come over here and share our book with us so we can have it both on the screen and right in front of us. All right, go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen where it says prepare to read. So this is on page 176 on your book in front of you. You have that book open. So we're going to read along, so let's listen.
Prepare to read. Whatever the weather, genre study. Poetry uses images, sounds, and rhythm to express feelings. As you read the poems in Whatever the Weather, look for words that appeal to the senses, words that make you think of powerful images or pictures, words that are fun to say or that sound unique, repetition of sounds, words or lines. Set a purpose. Ask questions before, during, and after you read to help you get information or understand the text. Look for evidence in the text and pictures to answer your questions. Power words: splatter, rumble, slather, glide, covers, creep, slithering, shimmering.
All right, so we're going to build background knowledge on weathers and our feelings, because sometimes weather can reflect how we're feeling. So if it's raining outside and Miss Fullington puts in a poem, how do you think the character is feeling in the poem if it's rainy and gloomy and dark? Yeah, I see the action in Isabella's face. So she said it's sad, right? Maybe sad or maybe upset if there's a thunderstorm. So these are representations of what a character may be feeling in the poem. So let's see if we can listen to what they have to say about weather and our feelings. Let's listen.
How does the weather make you feel? Sometimes rainy days can make people sad. If it rains on a day when you have something fun planned outside, you might feel disappointed to see dark clouds in the sky. Sometimes rainy days can make people happy. If you want to stay inside and feel cozy with the book, you might be delighted to see a cloudy sky. Sunny days often make people cheerful. Feeling the sun on your face can make you smile. No matter the weather, look for ways to enjoy it. Whatever the Weather, a collection of poems.
All right, guys, so this is where we're going to start tracking and reading, so make sure you're paying attention, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mute myself so we can start our poems. Isabel Wakington, we can't answer your questions after, baby, okay? Just because it's for sake of time, sweetie.
Weather by Eve Miriam. Dot a dot dot, dot a dot dot. Spotting the window pane. Spack a spack speck. Flick a flack fleck. Freckling the window pane. A spatter, a scatter. A wet cat, a clatter. A splatter, a rumble outside. Umbrella, 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 umbrella. Bumbershoot barrel of rain. Slosh a galosh, slosh a galosh. Slither and slather and glide. A puddle, a jump. A puddle, a jump. A puddle, a jump. Puddle splosh. A juddle, a pump. A luddle, a dump. A pudmuddle jump in and slide.
All right, so let's talk about this one really quickly. What do you think this is talking about based on the pictures and the sounds that you heard, that you hear in this poem? What is it talking about? Bella, Bright, did you raise your hand, sweetie?
No,
Okay.
I didn't mean to.
Okay, that's okay. All right, so what are we talking about in this poem? Isabella Wigington, I see your hand raised first. What are they talking about in this poem?
They're talking about rain.
They are talking about rain.
And they're happy.
They're happy. Yeah, I can see like there are people outside and the dog, they're smiling. Good job. And Maddox, what else are they talking about other than the rain on the second page?
Having fun.
They're having fun doing what?
Playing in the puddles.
Playing in the puddles. Good job, guys. So you read the emotions. It's happy, right? It's fun, even though it's rainy in this one. But they're also talking about the rain in the puddles. Good job. All right, so let's go to the next page. We should be on this page right here. All right. Everybody ready?
Covers by Nikki Giovanni. Glass covers windows to keep the cold away. Clouds cover the sky to make a rainy day. Nighttime covers all the things that creep. Blankets cover me when I'm asleep.
So there are multiple meanings to covers. What is one way something covers something in this poem? Clinton?
The cover.
Like a blanket, right?
And the animal's fur.
Is it the animal's fur that they're talking about? Let's read that one. It says, nighttime covers all the things that creep. Ooh, nighttime covers. What are they talking about when it says nighttime covers? When we look at nighttime, where do we look? Where do our eyes look? Our eyes look. In where?
In the middle.
So it's in the middle, but what do we look at when we look at nighttime? What do we look at nighttime sometimes with our eyes? The stars. So it's talking about the sky, how it's dark outside. So the nighttime covers all things that creep. So all the stuff that creeps in our quiet come out at nighttime. And that's what they're talking about. What else are they talking about that covers?
The moon.
So that's that nighttime covers. We're talking about something else. So we talked about the blankets that cover us, the night sky that covers us, and what else?
Grass.
Is it grass?
Grass covers the ground. Glass.
Oh, the glass. The glass covers the windows, right? It keeps the cold away, right? So when it's cold outside, you have to keep warm, and those windows help keep the air away, right? What else? The last thing that they're talking about.
Clouds.
Clouds. Clouds cover the sky to make a rainy day. Yeah, good job, guys. Y'all are doing wonderful. All right, let's keep moving on. We're going to our last poem. So it was on page 182.
Miss Fullington.
Yes, Isabella Wigington?
I had to. The reason why my camera was on is because I had to take a picture of this because we're learning about
Uh-huh.
Miss Fulling in Miss Little's class.
Oh, yeah, the clouds.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show her because it's a cloud that we're talking about, and that this is one of those dressy dogs. That's
Uh-huh.
that is uh one of those dolphins that have this shark or dolphin that has the long nose.
Uh-huh.
That is a dragon. That's Baby Yoda's head. This is lightning,
Uh-huh.
but it's shaped out of a cloud.
Awesome. All right, so let's see what this poem's about. You ready?
Cloud Dragons by Pat Mora. What do you see in the clouds so high? What do you see in the sky? Oh, I see dragons that curl their tails as they go slithering by. What do you see in the clouds so high? What do you see? Tell me, do. Oh, I see caballitos that race the wind high in the shimmering blue.
Isn't caballitos a horse?
Caballitos is a horse.
But isn't that a Spanish word?
It is a Spanish word. Good job for noticing that. Yeah, it is a Spanish word.
Dorothy
It's
told me
caballo.
a horse is caballito.
Yeah, caballitos is horses, and caballo is the actual word in Spanish for horse.
Yeah.
So it says here, as I read these poems, I wonder who is speaking. I will look for clues in the words and pictures. One thing I notice is that the first stanza, which is the first, it's like a paragraph. The first stanza, this is what it's called. A paragraph for a poem is called stanza. In the first stanza, it asks a question, what do you see in the clouds? And so Isabella did a great job of already telling us that there's a dragon. Then in the poems, they say caballitos, which is a horse, a dog. So these are different things that these kids are seeing. Now in stanza 2, which is the second little paragraph right here that's for a poem, it's called a stanza. It says, I see dragons, right? And then stanzas 3 and 4, remember stanzas 3 and stanzas 4, ask and answer questions too. That makes me think that one person asked the questions in stanzas 1 and 3. And it says, and 4. The children in the picture are looking at the what? What are the children looking at?
The cloud.
The clouds. Yeah, good job. So I think they are answering the questions. Don't you think so? So the narrator is asking the questions in the poem, and the children are answering those questions in the poem. Clinton, make sure that you're staying awake, sweetie, because I'm about to show you your assignment. All right, guys, you may close your book and put it to the side. Don't put it up just yet. Close your book and put it to the side. So that way we can save some time. All right. Maddox, make sure you're on mute, sweetie, because I'm hearing all the sounds of your book and everything. Thank you, sir. All right. So in Seesaw, what you're going to be doing, Let me go ahead and share that with you. All right, give me a thumbs up if you can see our seesaw page. All right, so this is a grade for reading today. So you had a grade for social studies, and if you haven't finished that, you need to go back and finish that. And then today you're having a grade for reading. So Miss Willington's going to show you this, okay? So Isabella Wigington, make sure you're on mute so you can listen to instructions. So right here it says Tuesday 2-9, R controlled vowel AR. Read the instructions and complete both pages. So I'm going to add a response so that we can see both pages and understand. All right, so this first one is pretty easy. It says R controlled vowel AR. The letters AR stand for the R controlled vowel sound you hear in the words car and star, which is the R sound. Write the word that names the picture. Circle the letters that stand for the R controlled vowel sound that you hear in a car. All right, so I have a picture here. What is this a picture of?
Basket.
Is basket on here though? We have card, cart, or cars. It is cart. So there are two things that you're going to do. You are going to circle the word for me, and then right here what you're going to do is write cart, but with the AR, you're going to change the color. So I'm going to use, oh, it won't let you just do that one. All right, so I'm going to use the whole word cart, right? And then I'm going to come over here for my highlighter. So you need to do all of these steps. First, circle the word, then write the word. And the third step is to highlight AR, because that makes the R sound, right? So that is what are you going to do? What is our 3 steps? What do we have to do? What's the first step?
Circle.
Circle the word. What's the second step?
Circle, type, highlight.
Circle, type, highlight. I like that, Clinton. It's really simple and short. Circle, type, highlight. That way we know that you've done all 3 steps for each picture, right? And then on the second page, you have the basic words here. We are not doing our highlighted words, only our basic words. So here you're going to unscramble the words. So that is your job, to unscramble them. Miss Fullington has mixed them up, but I've given you a clue. It says not light, but what would it be? What's the opposite of light?
Dark.
Dark. Good job. So I'm going to put dark here, and I'm going to make sure I spell this correctly because we're having a lot of issues not spelling things correctly. And I'm going to see, oh, I found it right here. I have spelled it right. And I am going to shrink it so it stops on the line, but I'm also going to use my pen to mark it out. That way I'm not using it again. So what are your 2 steps here or 3 steps here? Type. What else?
Type.
Spell check. And cross it out. So type, spell check, cross it out. All right. All right, guys. So when you're done with these both pages, oh, somebody's on. Oh, there. If we're done with both of these pages, press that green check mark. This is your time to check your work at 9:45. You are going to art today. And then when you come back from specials from 10:45 to 11 o'clock, which means lunchtime, you have extra 15 minutes to finish your work if you don't finish it right now. Okay, so you have an extra 15 minutes after specials to work on your reading assignments and your social studies, all right? Does anybody have any questions for these activities? All right, you may log out and go ahead and finish, guys, all right? We will see you tomorrow, okay? At 9 o'clock, or at the same times today.
Can we look with partners?
Not on this one. I think you can do this one on your own.
Okay.
Okay. Bella Bright, did you have a question?
Yes.
What's your question, sweetie?
Why do we not have lunch after?
Oh, so at school, sweetie, we have the practice STAR tests for 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. So they changed our times in the morning times only. So that's why we had to do reading early today.
When's lunch?
Lunch is at the same time, sweetie. So Miss Lil will not have a science meet, so you'll skip science with Miss Lil on Google Meet. But then in math at 1:30, you'll come back and see her, okay?
My iPad.
What is that, baby? Is that Imagine Learning?
Yeah.
Okay, so double swipe and tap out, or double tap and swipe up, and you're gonna log into Imagine Learning with your QR code. And Miss Garcia has printed out your QR codes. So then you can scan it that way and get into Imagine Learning. Okay. All right, Isabella Wigington, go ahead and log off. You only have 10 minutes.
I have a question.
What's your question? Quickly ask me your question, sweetie, so you have enough time to work.
I don't know if after my birthday I'm gonna bring cake up here.
That's okay.
Either cupcakes or donuts. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
And milk to dip the donuts into.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody said bye.
Tell them I said bye, and y'all be good.
Everybody.
See you tomorrow. All right, Isabella Wigington, go ahead and hang up so you can start your work.